When I look at writing, there's a difference between a writer and an author and a poet and a spoken word artist. And I truly believe that spoken word artists have to be all of those things. They have to be a writer first. They have to understand the English language. They have to be an author because they then have to take that and they have to not only write, but write in a manner that can tell a story. They become a poet in the sense of really kind of being able to expose it and putting it in some rhythmic, cadence. The spoken word artist really takes all of those things and brings it to life, off of the page, and has the ability to engage, a person and get them to listen and change the way that they think, the way that they feel, simply by what they say to them. And at the end of the day, that's what I look to do in my poetry.
Dichotomy.
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 Dichotomy. Love you, brother.
My name is Vincent Hockett. By trade, I'm a systems engineer, but my passion has always been spoken word poetry. I started writing poetry first in the 4th grade. I think it's when I wrote my first poem. I remember it vividly. It was called Summer. I've just been kind of writing ever since then. Started looking at spoken word and kind of taking that seriously around 2005. And I started performing at open mics in 2007.
Ladies and gentlemen, give yourself a round of applause for being here tonight.
He is a very intelligent brother and probably one of the best guys with the pen that I know. He's good with the lyrics and he's good with the metaphors. He's definitely a great writer, and he's somebody that I have a lot of respect for and someone that I really look up to as an artist. He's one of the most humble people that I know of.
I've really kind of taken writing seriously and released my first CD, Evolution of Dichotomy, in 2010. Then I've released 2 more since then, in 2011, which was Other Side of the Story and Not Just a Love Poet. I mean, for me, I think just like any poet, we start off writing by what affects us most, and that's really, kind of our emotions. When I first started writing, it was mostly about, situations in my life, whether it be issues with family members or friends, relationship issues, tragedies that have occurred, like the passing of my uncle and my grandfather. As I continued to write, I started to be a little bit more diverse in the topics that I chose to talk about. Socially conscious issues, the state of young people today, or the state of hip-hop. Now we're not just talking about relationships, but we're talking about life issues, whether they be socio-economical, political, or otherwise.
How y'all doing? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think he is a phenomenal poet, and I do believe that he is definitely a representation of what spoken word is supposed to be about.
I mean, so one of the first poems that I ever really started performing a lot, that garnered a lot of attention or became a fan favorite, is a poem called The Truth.
Watch them other dudes lie when all you wanted them to do was say the truth. Spit lines that they think will allow them to have their way with you. Confuse the fact that you have game as an invitation to play with you. Do what they think needs to be done just so that they can lay with you, and at the same time they're already trying to come up with their excuse as to why they got to get up early in the morning and can't stay with you.
And basically the idea behind The Truth is it's told from the perspective of a good man. I was noticing that men in general were kind of really getting beat up, when it came to, music by Mary J. Blige or poetry or whatever. And so I really wanted to tell it from the perspective of the man for 2 reasons. One, to give, women confidence that there are still, good men out there. But by the same token, there are some behaviors that they may have that may not be conducive to them finding that.
And I realize that you're apprehensive, and I may even be able to weaken your defenses with some of these breakthrough lines, but in order for you to truly fall in love with me, well, that's gonna take you time, and that's okay. We're just trying to make sure that while you're waiting for your exhale, that you're not waiting for your ex.
Women are encouraged by it to say, hey, okay, maybe there are some good men out there, but a lot of the men are out there saying is like, somebody's finally speaking on my behalf.
We like to keep it fly.
out here on this hustle, you know what I'm saying, ridiculous lyricism, you know what I'm saying, stage performance is ill, you know what I'm saying, and you got poise, you know what I'm saying, so much love, keep doing what you're doing.
I'm really starting to expand and be a little bit more diverse and versatile in what I do from a poetry perspective, and looking at really taking poetry to the mainstream, so to speak, but not to become pop with it per se, but really more so to have the exposure of this art form. When you look at you know, the different media outlets as far as entertainment is concerned, spoken word poetry doesn't really have a place. It doesn't really have a true genre in that fit. And so what I want to do is to try to be one of the people to follow on those poets before me who kind of take it to the next level and expose it to a generation of people, a group of people that may not have necessarily listened to it or thought it was something that they would enjoy before.
My man has really brought a lot to the game, you know what I'm saying? I can't deny it, you know what I'm saying? He's a phenomenal artist and even a better person, and that's why these folks is out here. They're out here because they really catch his energy and see that he's really a genuine, sincere, good guy, cool cat, you know what I mean?
I mean, I think the most important thing to know is that this is something that I'm passionate about. This is a dream of mine, and I approach it, you know, as such. It's something that I take extremely seriously. I appreciate you all listening. This is Dichotomy, aka Vincent Maurice. Definitely appreciate you guys taking the time to listen, and hopefully we will see you either at a coffee shop or a poetry show soon somewhere in the U.S. So appreciate it.